Hi guys, Ember Dragon here. I'm just doing a general check-in. Wanted to talk today about some of the best reasons to start your fitness journey. Now, a couple of years ago, I had started my fitness journey, and now I'm on kind of trying to study for becoming a personal trainer in the next year or so. Um, but I wanted to talk about reasons to get into it, because if you don't have a good reason, then you won't really get into it. You won't really feel it. And a couple tips to help with that. So let's go ahead and get started. That number one is that um, you feel better to start with. You sleep better. You reduce your any issues start to disappear, and you start craving healthy stuff. Now, a lot of people say that oh, you can just go work out a whole bunch and not change your diet. Now, that'll get you only so far. There's a saying, and I do not know who said it, so unfortunately I apologize for not getting the correct credit here, but it's you can't outtrain a bad diet. Now, I'm guilty of trying to do this. It does not work. You will eventually plateau. It will sabotage you. I'm guilty of enjoying sodas and pops, so which are really high in sugar. Even the diet ones are not very good for you. So if you can cut yourself back, if not stop completely, I'm sure it's just as addicting as like as smoking is to some people. Speaking of smoking, if you're able to quit now, I mean, fitness is a good outlet for that fixation that you have, that constant feel, because once you start going, it'll suck at first. If you can make it through the first couple days, then you're golden. The first week or so is usually the most painful and the most exerting. Now, as far as going to the gym, now, I had a friend tell me last night that he doesn't like being sore or being sweaty, in which I made the comment, nobody likes being sore. What you start liking is the fact that you're sore and you know you did something. So the soreness kind of comes in a no pain, no gain type of way to an extent, to a point. Um, you don't want to be sore. You don't want. I mean, you do want to be sore, but you don't want to be so sore you can't walk the next day. That's a little much. Now, a mindset to kind of adopt is that working out is not a punishment. You should make it a reward. You're not working out to punish yourself for what you ate. Because when you do a punishment, why would you willingly punish yourself? Nobody wants to willingly punish themselves. If you start adopting the mindset that I want to go work out, and maybe at first put an alarm in your phone. I'm working out this time. Because not working out is the adult equivalent to the dog ate my homework. There is a reason. You can fit in 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. If you get at least 30 minutes 3 times a week, that's maintenance type workout, which is perfectly fine. And you can do that anywhere. You don't have to do that at the gym. You can do it at home when you just, in commercial breaks from watching TV, you can sit down, stand up, do some squats, do some chair dips on your commercial breaks, do some sit-ups. You will eventually feel it. Now, eventually that's going to not be enough, and you're going to need to throw in some cardio. You're going to need to go to the gym and start lifting heavy things, specifically weights and dumbbells and stuff like that. But to get you started, that's always fantastic. Bodyweight workouts can be just as much of a workout as going to the gym. Another thing is to watch your diet. Now, I'm not going to give you some 12-week plan, because what you need to do is you need to have a lifestyle change, not a 12-week plan or a 6-week plan or a 30-day diet. Or it needs to be a lifestyle choice. It needs to be something you do day in, day out, and that's sustainable, because dieting, or yo-yo dieting as it's often called, tends to be all over the place. Yes, you lose the weight quickly, but then you turn around and you eat like you used to before, and you put it all back on, and sometimes then some. Another thing is to not weigh yourself every single day. If you do weigh yourself, don't worry about the number on the scale, because weight can be misleading. Now, if you're 500 pounds, you may want to worry about, trying to get yourself a little healthier. But if I weigh more by government standards, I'm overweight, which is whatever. But I'm healthy. I run, I lift, I eat healthy, you need to eat whole foods. Don't get caught up on calories, because calories can be off by upwards of 10%. So when you think you're taking in 100, you're taking in 120 calories. Now it is, weight, it is calories in versus calories out, and I understand that, and you understand that. You've heard it from tons of fitness experts. But the thing is that you need to make sure not to be obsessed with it. Get enough to eat so that you feel comfortable, not full, and don't starve yourself either, because proper nutrition is not starving yourself. It's also not gorging yourself or binging. So just eat whole foods. I don't almost never shop the center of the store. I shop the outer ring with all the healthy foods. Some people say, well, that costs more money. It's cheaper to go to McDonald's and get a dollar burger. Yes, maybe in the short term, but if you look at it long term, buying a loaf of bread and making the burger yourself, one, you know exactly what's in it. And two, you can, for $5, you can make 7 to 10 burgers. Tell me how that's less than $1 a burger. Plus, you don't have the grease, you're healthier, you're happier, it tastes better, and again, you know what's in it. If you can't pronounce the ingredient, or you don't know what it is, don't eat it. Don't put it in your body, because your body's not going to know what it is either. The less you eat sweets, the less you're going to crave them. So there's some tips for you as far as dietary. I mean, you can get a lot more. The more fit you become, the more specific you can be as far as hitting your macros, your protein, your carbs, your fats, and making sure you get everything in that. But the biggest thing is just get up and move. Sedentary jobs, you can stand up for a minute, do some squats, do some lunges, do some desk dips if you have a moment. If you go to the bathroom, before you go, I had a friend that every time he went to the bathroom, right before he went, he would do 5 or 10 push-ups. Now, if you can't do regular push-ups because you don't have the upper body strength, they're a fantastic exercise. Try them on your knees to start. Do as many as you can until, failure to begin. And then eventually you can start setting goals for how many you want to do. And then eventually move to just doing them with your legs straight. It's a great full body workout. Another one that most people hate, but it is such a great workout for you, are burpees. So make sure you're doing those if you can. If you can't, if you're just starting, don't do a jump, don't do a push-up. Just go down, step your feet out, step your feet in, and stand up. Now, after a while, that'll start to get easy. And when that starts to get easier, you want to step it up a notch. You want to jump when you stand up. So you jump or jump out when you go down. Jump your feet out, jump your feet back in, and then stand up and jump. Now, eventually, you can add push-ups in there, and then it gets even more. You can add a medicine ball with some weight. If you don't have the weight, you can just do body exercises are fantastic. Push-ups, sit-ups, burpees, lunges, squats, all those things are stuff you can do without a gym. You don't need a gym membership. If you have one, fantastic, use it, because it's just wasting money if you don't. A quote from one of my personal not personal mentors, but somebody that I look up to, Dave Ramsey, always says, if I can control the person in the mirror, I can be skinny and rich. And I took that to heart. So definitely make sure you're paying attention. If you're paying for a gym membership, use it. I use mine daily. And eventually you start to develop relationships and friendships with the people in the gym, which will help with accountability. If you can't find a partner, which is often my problem, I can't find somebody to go regularly with me. You look forward to seeing different people at different times of day. And that can be motivation by itself. That can be accountability. They'll ask, hey, where were you yesterday? And then you feel guilty for not going, so then you keep going. Now, again, do not make it a punishment. I ate a cookie today, so now I have to go run 3 miles. That's not, nobody wants to punish themselves. You need to make it a positive experience. And when you make it a positive experience, it starts to become a positive thing in your life. You form a habit, and eventually that habit becomes a lifestyle. For me, when I don't go to the gym, I feel sluggish. I feel bad. I feel bloated. I don't feel good. So, I make it a point to go to the gym every day, if only for 20 minutes, something to get your heart rate up. Now, obviously, don't get it too high so you don't want to hurt yourself. But definitely go to the gym, definitely get out there, definitely have fun with it. So, there's a couple tips for you today. I'll start vlogging a little bit and bringing up what I've learned and what I can share with you guys. So, as for now, that's what I have, and I'll check in. I'm getting ready to start an intermittent fasting program. To see if I like it. If so, it might be a long-term sustainable dietary plan for me. So we'll see how it happens. I'll check in with you guys, and I'll talk to you later.